Nice sunny day here today in Aotearoa, New Zealand, the land of the long white cloud. Couple of little bits from my last video, just to yes, that day when on my last video when I was talking about flying wool, because I was thinking about a lot of at that last video, half of it got cut. I tried on another one and 2 minutes got cut off that one. So there's flying wool, there's me riding flying wool to the victory. It was my first winner. Shane Dye's grandfather used the horse, if you know him as a jockey. I was the only one who ever won on the horse. Shane Dye used to ride it too, if you know of him. He's won a Melbourne Cup. Maiden. So, my mother gave this clipping to me the day I was, because that video things got edited out. My mother gave me this clipping the day I was thinking about this free will and looking at the way China is in this state. Like, people having to pay for these like they have to stick to and lose their free will, or well so in your book it's called Free Will Adding the Flying Will, because as I've been saying along the journey, so skeletons in my closet, where did I have it there? I just like to go live because when I do the other way, when I get edited out and that, at least this way some people are there to play in that, and like we know what it's all about. Killed the truth in the storybook, and my 13th angel, son of man. Tane was my friend in Australia, one of the best riders I've seen.
Lay together in a tight embrace, and all their many children lived in the darkness between them, until one of their sons, called Tane, the god of the forests, decided one day to lie on his back and push his parents apart with his strong legs.
You notice that Tane's statue here has all his bits and bobs in place. For when the missionaries first arrived, they went around chopping off all the wooden penises. And why would they have done that?
Because they want to program everyone.
Because they thought that sex was sinful.
Exactly. Thank you. Okay, so according to the Bible,
And a control
sex
belief
was the
system.
original sin.
What the
Committed
Jews
by Adam and
control.
Eve when they ate from that tree of knowledge and they became aware of their nakedness.
Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve.
Okay. But Māori didn't see sex in the same way. They didn't see sex as being shameful or dirty. They saw it as a thing to be celebrated and enjoyed, much to the delight of Captain Cook's sailors when they arrived in October 1769.
Now that one there, it's a bit of a, it shows you like the history and that of like, there's a culture, like they didn't have the Bible and that, but then in the beginning, the darkness and the light, where they put it as mother and father were embraced, and then Tane, the son, divided them apart. In the storybook, you guys, it says that God divided them apart. Well, in their world, looking at mother and father were embraced as this division, what I've said, what I'm trying to express, and these mythical these stories, that's their legends. That's the Māori legend of their knowing, and like how things get passed down in history, not written through books and that. They put things in carvings and things like that, and they've got another belief too. What coincides with this Indian, how this Indian, I will just say God, was telling the people how they could live there too. He had his planting stick and he had his corn, and he said you just have to be caregivers. Well, Māoris over here, they call that katiaki, caregivers of the land. That's what their traditional beliefs were before everything got clouded up and this and that. But to carry a belief system of here, the Māoris here in New Zealand, on something what the Red Indians had in America, on katiaki, on caregivers of the land, on two different cultures with the same meaning, but in history had never met. So how do you get that? Well, because as we were truth seekers who walked the path of truth, know that this world is full of lies and this and that. Is that still working like that? Because I have to check my phone now and then because it just drops out. Even though I'm right next to Wi-Fi at the moment. So and then in that story, that's just a clip on that clip what I was saying about Tane and that and the division. It's just because I can't load photos from one to another or whatever, so I just put it on my other channel. I tried it out, and even that one, I put a video last night, and it was supposed to be 6 minutes long, and it was only 4 minutes came out, so it doesn't really matter what channel I use. It's just the way it is, you know how they just. But anyway, we're not going to justify things like that. We've already been told what it's about. So when I've got skeletons in my closet, I really like to check this out because it's another thing about history. Because even with Māoris coming here, and they say that they've got a DNA going back to Genghis Khan's time, and when you look at that of Māoris say that they came here like 800 years ago. I might have shown a clip, but it didn't come out very well, of the last eruption in New Zealand was from this mountain, they call it's Rangitoto, it's in the middle of the water, Rangitoto, and that was 800 years ago, and Māoris say that they came here then, because, well, it would have been, they would have followed where all that ash was coming from Rangitoto going off and all, how they found this place. But there is two groups of Māoris, because they've got the DNA going back to Genghis Khan, and this one I'm showing you, there are red-headed ones. They actually came from Egypt. This lady has even got DNA verifications that her bloodline came from Egypt. Now, when I'm saying about Egypt, and another story of one of my videos out there, what I've shown you is how the Scottish took the Stone of Destiny to Scotland. Okay, they're called Scottish now, but like I think they were called Vikings back then, Vikings, and they took the Stone of Destiny with Jacob, is it, to Scotland, and then the Queen got it and this and that, and that's on my video, Flat Earth Answered, because you know they found a flat plane and they built their tower, and blah blah. And then all your languages and all this and that has all been divided, and that's how come we don't, we don't know what's going on, okay? Because all of this division, and that was way back then.
King of the fishnets was something which was a bit sneaky.
So I'm just gonna. There's the name of the video. And it talks about these fairy people, and I've talked in one of my videos about these. Well, they looked at me as the gungun. There's some. The Lord's got our book video, and I'm saying they're all staring at me.
The guardians of this land, the Maori, have a rich and powerful culture full of mystique and an oral history that tells an ancient past. The official... But a strange thing happened when they got to New Zealand. Their culture changed significantly. They built planked houses with decorative facades, used fashioned terraced village sites with amphitheatres, and created... So what made them change? Was it merely the difference in climate? Or was it that they were influenced by people who were already living here?
There were people already here.
There are legendary stories of little blonde fairy people living in hobbit with red-haired giants thundering across the landscape.
And that was the Moriori.
Do these have any factual basis? Or are they all just fairy stories?
So just like just to have a little look at that video, because so much of it comes from Egypt, and you'll see this lady in that video talking of her bloodlines coming from Egypt, and Genghis Khan's movement in 800 years ago, and he always kept heading south. They knew that the new land was south. It's hard to show this, like, everybody looks up, okay, but it's right here, and they knew that then, but because of your book and all this and that, it's just a control system, because you've come out of consciousness into a conscious state, and being in that state to control the masses, they need to put something forward to be able to control the masses in a conscious state. Okay, I'm just showing you of what I've experienced, of my death experiences in the consciousness state. Okay, but I still had a conscious mind. In this world, I live to get the art right, as the golden alien taught the Tibetans of living in a conscious state with a consciousness mind, because my world around me is beautiful. I don't need to live on no cloud or hooked up to no matrix computer or this and that, and don't even really have a body but think I have got a body, because I think they call them the Palladians live like that, and they say that because their vibration's not right, this is it. This is it, guys. This is the most beautiful place. Because so many just... I'll just find that out more. It's like this little one here. Reincarnated, come out, Marley. the Holy Spirit works in mysterious ways as a Lord. Okay, love you all. Peace within.